Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel, and let's start. That was poor shuffling somehow, wasn't it? The cards. Well, it's okay. No judgment, okay? For feathers. And 10 of coins. Oh, love that. And the daughter of coins as well. Well, let's pull some more. If you find a word, it's yours. Reflection. I think we just keep one like that. Time to focus, balance, reflect, and guide yourself past stumbling blocks to take the right actions. Yeah, I really like the energy in this because it's a maze that is supposed to teach you something, and I feel that it is this hall of reflection. So it's literally, I see a room with a ton of mirrors around, right? But also at the same time, this maze here. And if you see that, that's the energy. It's this, this looks like a diamond, right? With all the different, facets of everything. The thing though is, this reminds me of the saying, what's heavier, a kilogram of feathers or a kilogram of stone, right? Or, you know, and in this case, of course, you know, it's a tricky question because feathers are associated with being light, and this hall of mirrors, it means that it depends what angle you are looking at it from. For some, it will be this hall of mirrors, or this reflection will be direct, right? It's like this figure is directly working on the plant, right? But also there are some indirect and influences which are causing the plant to rain, not the plant to rain, but the rain will hit the plant because of a different angle the light is being hit at. But that's now it's getting confusing, isn't it? To make it clear is, it depends who you are talking with in this hall of mirrors. And I feel that if you throw a sentence into this hall of mirrors, there will be some triggered by the sentence and some will be encouraged. Some will be discouraged and some will be totally confused. So that's why this reflection is difficult and the maze. It's just that there is a gem inside of this maze, and it is, most of all, it is outside. So you have to go through it to receive it, right? So And it's not the easiest task, because when you are staring at a mirror and it doesn't reflect something back to you that you want to see, that can trigger you, right? And of course, there are different spectrums of emotion that you have to go through to end up at the end of the maze. So this maze is more or less getting to know yourself with every character trait you have. And there will be certain things revealed to you about yourself that you didn't like. And that is the tricky part in this, because you need to, because it's a mirror, you look in the mirror, right? Like, this looks a bit like, and it's the high priestess energy. So there's this a priestess. It's a big accomplishment to go through this, because it requires you to look at yourself from every angle, like here and there, right? And it's ever changing, and there is also a revelation. I feel that this Hall of Mirrors will continue, maybe in a milder form, the more you work through it. But you will meet more mazes, so to say, more another maze that you need to work through to get something out of it. So I feel that every reflection you see that you don't like, when you work through it, in the end there's something you like. So it's balanced. The only challenge is that you need to work through it. And that's someone might, at some point you might be tempted to leave the whole maze, to leave this whole game behind, because you just don't want to deal with more of it. But then I feel it's just a pause, right? It's just a pause until you go back to it, because the reward is so tempting. It's tempting and it's very rewarding. It's not a reward that you get and you lose interest in it after a while, right? It's not something superficial like that. It goes deeper, and it stays with you for longer. It stays for you indefinitely, because it's part of you. It's almost a bit like aura cleansing. If you want to look at yourself being this multifaceted, a little bit cluttered space, right? When you wash it and you clean everything from it, what reflects back to you is this tranquility here that is seen in this card with the with this. I want to say it's a river, right? But what I think is interesting is it says reflection, but you can't see a reflection in this river, because it's not perceivable straight away. You know, some changes, some things that we work through, they are perceivable. When you work on your physical appearance and things like that, that's obvious, right? You see it at the first glance, but when you are working through your energetic layers, and which is intertwined, so there's both is being worked on by yourself and by your guides as well. So you have help here. I see that with I don't know what I think those, I don't know what this is, flowers, or this is so abstract, but I feel that this is, in this case, it's a symbol of your guides also being there for you. But what I want to say is that this reflection is mostly perceivable by you, but strangely enough also by your environment. And at first you might not notice it until you get to the point of the maze where you notice this. Then you notice that things changed, and that you are at a better place that you ever have been. And it could, for some who might not have seen you in a long time, and then you meet again, right? It might be a surprise, something's changed, right? But for you, I feel that this is just, where it comes from, that this was a result of all the actions you took and everything you have encountered within the maze. And your reward is being or becoming the high priestess with this, which is I wanted to say one of the highest accomplishments, but I remembered what I said in the beginning. You don't want to judge anything, and that's another accomplishment in this, right? It's like you're becoming much more detached, but also very refined at the same time. So it's like you are becoming more interesting and more intriguing and more I wanted to say beautiful, but it's about energy, it's a loving, caring, warm energy that a lot of people would want to be surrounded with at the same time. But you also are becoming a bit more abstract and loose. Not so direct and specific. So that's why there is this, there are many layers to it. It's like there's this construct here. I want to say it's very, I want to look at it from an abstract way. And then there's the butterfly of transformation guiding you over the river. And there's the next part. And you can flip it. So it would become, again, this part. So the closer you get there, you see that you notice it is somewhat similar. And then you work through it. Again, there's the butterfly of transformation. You get over it. Next level, right? So it's leveling up more or less. And I feel that the game itself becomes easier because you are becoming more experienced. And I called it game, so that's interesting as well, right? So you become more experienced, and therefore you have a more playful approach. But when you're at the beginning of the game, it can, that's the point where the biggest challenge is. Because this is the point where you are deciding to either play it or you leave it. So once you play it, it gets easier. And but at the same time also more difficult because you are more experienced, and the levels are getting more intriguing or a bit more difficult. But for you it's easier, because you know what it is all about. Whereas the beginning you don't. In the beginning you wouldn't know. That's the point. It's not being explained to you. You are just experiencing it, and you are being thrown into it. It's like being thrown into the water, and I learn to swim. There you go. You know, it's not that someone is standing in front of you and teaching you how to swim. It's just being kicked, almost being kicked into the water. It's a bit rough, isn't it? You know, with this here, there's this figure in this card, and it looks like it's very cold, right? And it is. It's just that this is your initial perception. It's when you are initially perceiving that everything is negative with a judgment, like negative in form of not nice, in hurting, purposely triggering, or against you, right? Yeah, against you. But then eventually you will figure out that this was your perception, and only your perception, and not an intention of other players in the game. So no one's trying to pull you, to drag you down the water and make you drown. No one is trying to do that. But it feels like it. That's the painful thing about this. And it is painful. It's you are working literally through pain as well, of course. Yeah. There is though this reward that is your light, right? And it's up to you how far you want to go, how much you want to shine. And I feel that at the beginning you might have to sacrifice a lot of things. That really feels like a sacrifice. Like, oh, let's say, yeah, it's like you are sacrificing, for example, a big social life, or a partner, even maybe a potential one, right? But you're doing it for the reason because you know that it would distract you from what you are involved with, right? And when you do that, it feels like a sacrifice at first. That's the first level, I want to say. And the second one will be that this doesn't feel like a sacrifice anymore, but it feels more like a reward or something, an accomplishment of something you are willing to do. It's something you are you are willing to do it like that. And you don't even want that. So is it a sacrifice if you don't want it? But then there's another layer of, is it a wound? Is it still a wound? Yes, most likely it is. But no spoilers. But it's there to teach you something, and know that. So you embrace the lesson, right? What else? You could also just leave the game and just not play. But you want to play now, right? And I feel that there's no end to it. So that's the point of it's the beauty, but also the maybe it's a bit of a scary bit when you don't know where it goes to, right? You don't see the end of it, and it seems to be with all the circle and elliptic depictions here, that right? But also, if you look at this shape here, now it looks, this looks like an eye and like the pineal gland, right? So there's a lot more to discover still, and it's full of surprises as well. So I think that's the exciting bit about it, because you can't, you don't know. You can only see so far. You can't see what's behind the mountain, and you know it will be good by now. You maybe were in doubt in between, or maybe you are in doubt, right? But you know it will be good after all. Just, I want to say. Which again, being just would be again a judgment, right? Because justice, injustice isn't that some sort of, yeah, it's a judgment. So I want to say it's balanced. Yeah, let's say it like that. Okay. Okay, well, bottom of the deck was the foot, and I feel it's movement, right? I feel it's this is magic, right? This is the card for magic in this deck, and it's the only card that is golden, right? So I feel that you are very close to being rewarded some big stepping stone, something like you didn't see that coming, but it is right there. It's right in the middle. It's like and it's you, but it's also you're being rewarded this, and it's like you are rewarding yourself with this. So what are you doing to yourself? Like good things. So it's something that you are doing, creating, planting, that you're harvesting, and it's you. And this alone will then you know for sure that you all along were doing the right things. Yeah, I think that just because I feel like there's doubt in the room of doing things somehow, right? Also, spirit just wanted to be mentioned, or some outer energy. This reminds me of a crop circle, which is supposedly not non-terrestrial, even though it's on Terra. So yeah, clear. May you see things as they are. What a gift this is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's a whole another topic, but manipulation wants to be mentioned. There is something to do with manipulation, and it's by seeing things clearly, you see what, what things could lead to. It's like standing here and seeing some manipulative things that could lead in a certain direction, and you can stop it before it even goes there. But you could also act on it and be involved in it, or not being involved in it, but well, yeah, if you act, then, it's, yeah, it's having the clarity of that. just seeing them the way they are. And this is not something that, you know, it would be incredibly hard. It's incredibly hard for someone to fool the High Priestess. And that's your accomplishment, right? Joy. May you pursue what lights you up. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pull one more. But this joy card is important. Compassion, yeah. There's some feeling being given to you. And space. May your heart and your scope expand. So look at this calm water. I love the clarity of this card. The simple organization, uncluttered space in comparison to this, right? Even though this is a beautiful card too, right? So, but this is, you know, this is very colorful. This is also, so it's integrating all of this, right? But also the joy. And may you tend to the suffering. Yeah, so you are exchanging suffering for joy. There is this joy that you might have never felt for a long time that is being returned to you. And that's something that I feel the clutter of life, clutter of experiences, of all the things that were not fair and not just towards you have been put upon you, right? Or you have put it on yourself, but also, you know, you experience things, and this joy that is being shown to you is, or that is being returned to you, is this something very ancient that you remember just vaguely. Let's say it's something you recognize from the past. From the past, you recognized it. You recognize this joy when you meet it again. But you didn't know that you had lost it. So it's like you forgot you ever lost it. But when it's being returned to you, you are recognizing it immediately. Right? It's this beautiful feeling of excitement for another day, instead of being tired of having to live another day, you know. And I feel that there have been many years for you that felt like this, you know, where you were waking up and just thinking, oh, another day. And it's a different joy. Like it's a joy. The other one wouldn't be, it would be suffering, right? But I feel that this is this joy of waking up and being excited. So, and an excitement that you have lost along the way. So. And reframe again, okay, and trust, okay, yeah. So trust is very interesting as well. When you've been through this hall of mirrors, during this hall of mirrors, you might have been convinced that there was nothing that was reflecting a good light back to you, or positive, right? And when you are going through it, and on the other side you gain the trust. You don't regain it. You gain it. That all of this will be well, and that there's, most of all, that there's more than just an ordinary house and what we have built there, right? And the tree and what you can see. There's much more to life than that. And this is joyful too. It's like seeing the magic in this, in all of this, in this beautiful landscape. It's like there's more to it. There's not just, you know, there's not just the outer layer of beauty. There's more. There's an energetic beauty as well. So you are seeing this and you see that there's so much more to life, and then it makes you joyful. So you are going on a journey that, so you thought it was, that was the journey, right? But I feel that this journey is now just starting, because you are now just starting to enjoy it. Before that, it was more tending to the suffering, because this is the past, right? And then it's being reframed, and what comes out of it is joy. So what else do you want, right? Gonna wrap it all up with a card. I think we are there now. Let's see what we have. Keep your heart open. Yeah, I feel that this is something, I know you're loved. So this is something that needs to be worked on, I want to say. Yeah. So there's still some work to do, but I feel this is exciting work, right? So because of this feeling, this joy is visiting you. It's like first you get just a few glimpses of it, you know, just a few seconds maybe, and you go, oh, I remember you. And then it comes, it will visit you more often until you are embodying it. And that's what you're working on now. So I love that. Let's see who this reading is for. Capricorn. Okay. Yeah, additional info is in the letter box below, and see you next time. Bye-bye.